only certain symbolic images, such as the cross, were permitted. For over 100 years, a civil war raged throughout the Byzantine Empire. Iconoclasts, the destroyers of images, pitched against iconophiles, the friends of images. The vehemence of the controversy can be detected from this manuscript illustration. A standard Eastern-style crucifixion shows Christ in a long robe, being stabbed in the side by the spear of the Roman centurion Longinus. This image is contrasted below with an iconoclast, a smasher of images, whitewashing over the painting of Christ. In other words, those that destroy his sacred image are as guilty as those who crucified him in the first place. After iconoclasm was defeated in 843, many of the destroyed or whitewashed images were restored. The Emperor Leo VI confirmed the veneration of sacred images. It is significant that among the first public portrayals of Christ after the ending of iconoclasm was this mosaic in the entrance to what was then the greatest church in Christendom, Hagia Sophia, in Constantinople. As Christ sits enthroned in glory, at his feet, a penitent emperor kneels in submission, pleading for forgiveness. Above him, the Mother of God, the special protector of Constantinople, uses the same gesture to intercede on the emperor's behalf. The great apse inside Santa Sophia had already been decorated with a new mosaic of the Virgin Mary with the Christ child on her lap, replacing the one that had been torn down during iconoclasm. The inscription alongside says, "The images which the impostors had cast down, here pious emperors have again set up."
In the West, making religious images was never as controversial as in the Byzantine Empire. The piety of the Middle Ages desired direct access to the Lord and his saints. Material objects that had been in contact with the body of Christ while he was here on earth were eagerly sought. In Rome, the Lateran Palace was the residence of the medieval popes. There, they amassed one of the greatest collection of relics in the world. In 1277, Pope Nicholas III rebuilt the papal chapel, which had been destroyed by fire, and decorated it with paintings, precious stone revetments, and sumptuous mosaics. The chapel was called the Sancta Sanctorum, the Holy of Holies, because of its precious relics, which pilgrims still come to venerate. They climbed the 28 steps of the Scala Sancta, the holy stairs, on their knees. Inside is the most famous icon in Rome. It is a full-length image of Christ, painted on canvas mounted on wood, now thought by scholars to date around 600 AD. Covered since the 13th century with a silver casing, only its repainted face is now visible. This is a powerful image, haunting in its directness, and it was believed in the Middle Ages to be a miraculous one. The painting, it was said, was begun by the evangelist Luke, but completed by an angel. The most popular so-called true likeness in the West was preserved not far away at the Vatican in St. Peter's. It became an object of intense devotion in the later Middle Ages.
The lion of Judah.